Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Out of Boston, and today I'm back for episode number 22 of my Brooklyn Nets MyLeague series here on NBA 2K16. So Derek Favors goes down for 6 to 8 weeks with a broken ankle there, a pretty bad injury to one of our better players. So we're going to have to adjust the rotation. Mike Scott gets into the starting lineup here, and our bench gets a little bit shorter. We're going to add Chase Budinger into the rotation, although I don't think he's actually going to get any minutes in the upcoming game. And then we get an interesting trade proposal here, Donatas Montejunas and a first-round pick for Lonzo Ball and Sim Bolar, but didn't have to think about that one for too long. A pretty easy decline in my view. I want to save Ball. Not that I think I'll need him to be my future point guard, but he's probably one of the better assets I have on the team right now, and I would ideally like to flip him for that kind of superstar small forward that we're looking for. So anyway, we've won 3 in a row. We're going to take on the Cleveland Cavaliers in this upcoming episode. They've moved their way up to second place in the conference. We're all the way up to first place, as the Celtics have faltered a little bit in the last 10 games or so. And you can take a look at the stats here. Not really too many impressive individual outputs from a lot of guys. Lopez still leading the way as a 20-point-a-game scorer. And then you're going to take a look at some trade finder results here. Really nothing too intriguing. I was looking at the 2 first-round picks we own this year, plus Lonzo Ball. Nothing too good there. Then I was just looking at Lonzo Ball himself. I found this one, which I thought maybe was a little interesting for Victor Oladipo. I could slot Middleton down to the 3. Oladipo plus Bledsoe would be a really good defensive backcourt. But that move is just something to think about. I don't really know if I'm eager to pull the trigger on a move like that. I kind of am looking for someone maybe a little bit better than Oladipo, and I really kind of want another primary scorer to go along with Brook Lopez, because I think at times our half-court offense kind of gets stymied because we don't really have a lot of playmakers in the half-court. So anyway, take a look at the stats here as we enter this game against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and you can see a pretty cool little intro animation here as the Nets will be rocking the throwback New York Nets jerseys from the ABA. I love these jerseys. I wish they, these aren't quite that. I wish they had the ones they wore like when Dragan Petrovic played for the team, but these are pretty close to them, and these are of course when they were the New York Knicks back in the ABA, as I said. But the Cavs rocking their yellow tops. We are taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers, the LeBron James-less Cleveland Cavaliers, but they have added another young phenom instead of LeBron, and he goes by the name of Josh Jackson, one of the top high school recruits in the U.S. right now, and he has found his way to this Cleveland Cavaliers team. I believe this is his second season, and he had a pretty nice game. I'll point him out when he gets into the action. Kevin Love joining the 3 right there, gives Cleveland an early 3-2 lead. Kyrie now dishes this one off to Damon Inglis. Back to Kyrie. No idea what Eric Bledsoe was doing right there, leaving Kyrie wide open, and he makes him pay. So it's an 8-4 lead right now for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Bledsoe running the pick and roll, finds Lopez. Kick it out to Middleton in the corner. Great playmaking by Lopez as the help defender crashed on Lopez and left Middleton wide open in the corner. Dumb move by the Cleveland defender. You can't leave Middleton open like that in the easiest spot from behind the line. And then Mike Scott hits a 3-pointer of his own to give us a 3-point lead. We really had the 3-point ball working early in this game. Here's Lonzo Ball getting in on the action. He drains a 3 from the corner, and we have a 6-point lead early now on Cleveland, I should say. 22-16 is the score. Good ball movement by the Cavs. Inglis in the corner. He knocks that one down, so the lead is back down to 3 for Brooklyn. But here we go. Lonzo Ball dribbles this one back out. He's going to give this one off to his man, Darrell Wright, and Darrell Wright gets into the action, making a 3 of his own right there. 25-19, now 27-21 here. It's Inglis one more time. He gets it to go, gets the lead down to 3, and that would be the score at the end of 1. So Brooklyn, a pretty solid start to this game, 27-24, the 3-point shot. We really had that working. I think we hit 5 or 6 as a team in that first quarter, and that's really not something that our team does too often. I think it's something that I wish we did a little bit more, is utilize the 3-pointer, but just kind of the way I play the game, I guess, doesn't really lend itself to hitting a lot of open threes or even getting a lot of open threes. But Bledsoe with an and 1 right there, and we make it a 6-point lead once again, now down to 4, but it's an alley-oop to Harrison Barnes to get it back up to 6 once again. Take a look at the replay here. Barnes catching this oop and slamming it down with 2 hands. Pretty nice play right there from Bledsoe to Barnes. Here we go now, 7-point lead. Kyrie on the pull-up. That is no good, but he gets his own rebound down to Kevin Love, and Love puts it home with the right-handed finish off the glass. Now a 5-point game. Love with the ball at the elbow here. Finds his man Kyrie. Great 2-man game between him and Love right there, as they really had it work in this game. Kyrie already with 14 points in just the second quarter right now. Here we go. Bledsoe with the 2-handed slam. Gets by Kyrie, kind of exposing him defensively right there, but nonetheless, it's Dellavedova in. He runs the pick and pop to perfection with donuts right there, and Montejunas is actually going to hit the long 2. Rattled around right there, but he did have his foot on the line, so it's a 2-point game now, 43-41. Ball uses his man McCullough as a screen right there, and it gets around his defender to the hoop for the 2-handed slam. Now a 5-point lead for Brooklyn. It's Ball once again with the ball, looking for the screen here from Mike Scott. Can't quite find it, and Dellavedova just rips him, and he's going to take this all the way by himself. Left-handed finish, and the lead is down to 3 as we edge closer towards the end of the first half. 3-point game still. It is Shumpert. He draws the contact, and he's going to get 3 free throws right there. Pretty nice play. He would knock down 2 of them. It's a 1-point game. Bazemore to the hoop. His shot's no good. Donuts up to Shumpert for one final look from 3/4 court, and it is money. Amon Shumpert from about, I don't know, 75 feet or so right there. He knocks it down. They would review this, but you guys will see this would be ruled a good bucket as they consult the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus, New Jersey. And take a look. This actually didn't even know they had this whole NBA Replay Center Secaucus feature in the game. But there you can see the ball is out of Shumpert's hands as the clock gets 0, and that would be a good bucket. So we'll see if that comes back to haunt us later in the game, and the ref right there is going to rule it a good basket. So 53-51 is the score at the end of the first half. You can see the turnovers not really an issue for Brooklyn. We've only taken 3 less shots than they have, but without rebounding them as well. I thought we played pretty well in the first half. I just think Cleveland played pretty well themselves. Here we go, though. Kyrie would start to take over in the second half. First, he finds Donuts there for the left-handed finish to give Cleveland a 2-point lead. Now it's Bledsoe coming down to the break, and 1 foul on Monty Eunice, and Bledsoe would go to the line, hit the freebie, and give Brooklyn the lead once again. Now it's a 1-point game. Middleton fires it, no good, rebounded by Irving. He's going to take it himself all the way on the break, gives it to Josh Jackson, and Jackson's going to knock down the bucket, so that's the first time we've seen Jackson this episode, but it would not be the last. Here is Jackson once again. Him and Irving really took over in the second half, as I said. Pull-up 3, it is money, and Cleveland retakes the lead. They're up 64-62 at this point. Lopez gets the loose ball back to Bledsoe, up to Middleton now to Lopez, and Lopez gets rewarded for running the break right there. The big man with the left-handed finish, and now it is a 3-point game. Cleveland on top still. It is Antonio Blakeney finding Shumpert in the corner. He gets it to go, and Cleveland goes up by 6. Shumpert celebrating that one. Now Dellavedova with the ball, trying to extend the Cleveland lead here, and Inglis gets loose, and 1 bad foul by Mike Scott, and Cleveland now goes up by 9. Another turnover here. Shumpert up to Dellavedova. He's going to go up and somehow gets the finish over Mike Scott. Did not know Dellavedova had that in his repertoire. But here we go, 9-point game. Barnes down to Scott. High-low pass to Lopez. Two-handed slam, posterizing the Cleveland defender right there. Now it's a 7-point game. Kevin Love's shot is going to be blocked. Here's Scott, gets it up to his man Barnes, but Barnes couldn't get the shot off in time. And we are going to end off the third quarter here up by, or I should say down by 7, as it is 79-72. Cleveland on top at the end of 3. Like I said, I really didn't think we've played too poorly so far this game. I think our offense has stymied a little bit in the second half, but Cleveland really played a good game here. I was impressed with how well this team played without LeBron. And here we go, Mike Scott drains the 3 right there, gets the lead back down to 3. Now 79-76. It's Irving, though, just mixing his man Lonzo Ball, and 1. Kyrie Irving was just too much this game. He went absolutely off in the second half. Now here is the fast break. Irving once again with the two-handed finish, and the lead is back up to 9 for Cleveland. Here comes Irving once again finding his man Monty Eunice from downtown, and it's a 12-point game. Timeout Brooklyn, as Cleveland starting to pull away here in the Barclays Center, but can the Nets conjure up one final run? It's Lopez on the pick and roll. He had a big game tonight, and he finishes with the two-handed layup right there. Now it's an 11-point lead for Cleveland. Irving with the ball, looking for the screen, pulls up. That would be a long 2, but it goes in nonetheless. 96-85 here. Bledsoe with the ball, looking for his man in the corner. It's Barnes, and Barnes gets it to go. So a late 3 right there gets it down to 8. Now can Brooklyn just make one more run? Usually the home team has it in them, but Josh Jackson, too athletic, too quick right there, blows by his defender. Now here comes the double team. Middleton with the steal up to Barnes. Barnes now on the break, takes it himself, and gets the layup to go. So it's back down to 8 with 2 minutes to play. Here we go now, a 10-point game, though, under a minute to play. Lopez with the ball, finds his man, Scott, back to Lopez. This pass is tipped, but he gets it nonetheless. Gets it down to 8, but it would be too little too late, as the Cavs are going to go on to win 106-96, and Kyrie Irving was the MVP of this game. He had a phenomenal performance, and I believe he would register the Jordan Player of the Game, but we'll find that out in a little bit. So there you can see one final look. It is 106-96 Cleveland with the victory in the Barclays Center. They inch a game closer to Brooklyn at the top of the standings in the Eastern Conference, and you can see there, not a huge shot discrepancy, but we did shoot 5% worse than them, and that was ultimately the difference in this game. Lopez 24-12, a good game at him, 3 steals and 2 blocks. He did it on both ends of the floor. Middleton struggled, only 3 of 11 from the floor, just tallying 8 points in the process. Irving 29 points on 22 shots, 3 steals, and was that 5 dimes or 6 times? I can't even quite read that. 6 times it looks like. So that's going to do it. Hope you guys did enjoy this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. Peace.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
They asked an awful lot from him tonight offensively, and he delivered. When they needed a big bucket, he was the guy they turned to, and he delivered, like I said. I mean, this guy was unbelievable. He did not shy away from the moment.
Kyrie, this dude is a composed, mature leader. Along with all that mental strength, he's got such an incredible feel for the game. He runs the floor, he passes beautifully, and he can shoot from...
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.